Hi friends, I'm back home and I just wanted to quickly show you cooking zero waste is pretty simple for me as a single person who loves leftovers and likes just having those leftovers to bring for lunch at work the next day, and even like the same leftovers for a few days. I like to have, warm, uh, belly filling and awesome, healthy, heart healthy, and like brain healthy food. That's just a mix of a bunch of different stuff, and I mix it up and change it up all the time. So coming back from Earth's General Store, I put that fresh produce, chopped it all up, put a bunch of it in a frying pan with extra virgin olive oil. I can add some spices and herbs to that, and then I load in a bunch of eggs and sometimes hemp hearts as well, because protein, protein, protein. I have a body type that needs a lot of protein and iron, a lot of like dark green vegetables, and some of the fruits I eat have all that iron, vitamin C, like a lot of good stuff. And so I'll add about 10 eggs, 10 at least eggs to this big boy here. And meat, I do eat meat sometimes. And when I do, I buy it from Real Deal Meats, which is all Alberta, free range, grass fed, like organic meats that don't come from factories. So it's the better meat. The only reason I still eat meat is because I have tried to go without it for 4 to 6 weeks at a time. So a month and a half at a time, I've eliminated meat. And I drop weight so quick. Like dangerous weight loss for someone that's already tiny. So I've talked to nutritionists and doctors and dietitians and fitness trainers and a whole bunch of different people about this stuff, and with health issues I've had in the past and I've recovered from, thankfully. It just seems like my body type, at least at this time, still needs a whole lot of protein and iron and fats and some meat in my diet. And if I find a way, or my body changes, well, our bodies are always changing, so perhaps my body will change and someday I will get to be that vegetarian that I want to be. But for the most part, I do eat vegetarian and substitute the meat for a whole lot of eggs, which I find are awesome. I'll even put I've been putting raw eggs in my smoothies forever, and I've never got sick from it. So there's another idea for vegetarians looking for a way to add more eggs into their diet. They're loaded with vitamins and goodness. So yeah, that's how I do zero waste cooking. It's all vegetables. I'll eat lots of whole fruits, but just cooking up a big meal that will last me for a few dinners and lunches, with a whole lot of veggies and extra virgin olive oil, which at Earth's General Store, when my bottle's empty, I just take the same bottle, go refill it. Pretty cool. And yeah, there's no plastic because I use refillable bags for all my produce, as you've seen. And I use egg cartons. I reuse them to refill for my eggs. And then I compost. So I just use like a reuse item. I'm reusing this vegan protein that I used to use in my smoothies. This is now my compost bucket. It has a nice sealable lid, and once it's full, I take a 4-minute walk over to my friend Mana's house and empty my compost bucket into our community compost that we have there. So yes, that is it. I am loving this eco-conscious journey full of like different adventures and cooking experiences, and I'm expanding my cooking repertoire with trying different vegetable combos and different seasoning and spices and herbs, and I'm reading up a lot on healthy eating and finding what works best for my body. So I just really wanted to do this video here to point out that we have different body types. It's not realistic for everyone to be able to go vegetarian or vegan or what have you. It's a matter of listening to our bodies, consulting with doctors and nutritionists and dietitians and people who've studied this stuff, and consulting the literature. But really, I've had to just learn also to listen to my body. And whenever I try to go vegetarian for too long and not have a little bit of meat at least once a month or once every couple weeks, so far, at least for now, it's not a good idea for me. Until this body can start to maintain a good healthy weight while going more vegetarian and getting that meat out of there, it's just not healthy. You're right. It's just the body type, and we need to pay attention to what our body needs. And I don't eat a lot of meat, but I do eat some because I find it helps keep my weight up. And that's just how it is for me right now. Accepting where we're at and progressively doing things not only that are awesome for the planet, but knowing what is the best, most awesome diet and lifestyle for us, while we can also support the planet and help the planet in every way. And so when I buy my meat, I take my reusable containers and I get them filled up with meat that is over the counter. So there's zero waste in my meat purchasing, and I get boneless meats, so there's zero waste in the cooking and eating of the meat as well. And it's also small farm, locally produced, humanely treated meat. So if I have to eat meat to maintain my body weight, it's the best way I can do it as far as I can tell. So that is me and diet and zero waste eating. And thank you again for being your most eco-conscious self and tuning into my eco-conscious adventures. I love y'all. Later.